guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Prince from Ghana. Today's episode of my video is I am in Laguna, whereby I'm going to interview one handsome guy in Laguna, or let me say in the Philippines. Anyway, I'm going to allow him to introduce himself and tell us his story. Anyway, hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
my name is Praise,
nice one.
and from the Philippines. I'm sorry, I'm from Nigeria, but I reside here in the Philippines, and yeah, and I came here to school. So yeah, that's it. So he came to visit me, and we decided to let's just try to talk about my experience here in the Philippines. So yeah, that's it.
That's great. That's great. Okay, so Praise, um, you know what? We would like to listen to your story way back from Nigeria, how you grew up, where you grew up, everything. Tell us so that we will know who praises. So go ahead and tell us.
Okay. Basically, I'm from Nigeria,
Nice
and
one.
I live in Abuja. That's the Federal Capital Territory. That's the capital of Nigeria. I'm from Abia State. I'm the first child of my parents out of three boys. So I actually schooled at University of Abuja. I took up BSc Statistics. That's back in 2014 to sorry around 2009. I think 2009 stroke going to 2011 to 2015. I think thereabout. So I graduated in July 2015, and I decided to come to the Philippines. Initially, Philippines wasn't like my option. The place I actually wanted to go to was Russia. So my friend who lives stays in the Philippines introduced me to the Philippines, and that is how I found myself in the Philippines in December 17th, 2015. Yeah, so that's it.
That's great. That's great. You made mention of Philippines wasn't the choice when you were about to study abroad.
Yeah.
So, what made you came to the Philippines if it wasn't your choice?
I never really had like any expectation coming to the Philippines because I haven't been to any country outside of my country. So if you were asking me about expectation, I was just open to just travel. You get me. And secondly, I haven't been to Asia, and secondly, I actually thought that the Philippines was actually Philippians because if you actually check the Bible, there's a place they call Philippians. So my mindset was like, Philippines is I was actually those people in the Bible. So that was why more of like I would say it's a curiosity because of Philippines and Philippines. So that was just why initially I decided to come to the Philippines since I actually knew about Russia and haven't known about the Philippines. So I just wanted to just try something I haven't really heard about before.
That's nice. That's nice. So, you coming to the Philippines? Have you heard about Philippines before coming?
I haven't heard about Philippines, but I know that I heard about I could remember, I actually didn't know it was a Filipino movie. I actually it was like a telenova. So I could remember it's called Mara and Clara. It was like a very famous soap opera
Wow.
back in Philippines. So sometimes when there is no electricity, we have to go to our neighbor's house. Use his generator just because we just actually want to really watch each episode that comes out. So I think I knew about Mara. It was through Mara and Clara. Initially, I didn't know it was the Philippines, but when I came here and I was like trying to ask, so I've watched Mara and Clara and stuff like that. So they now told me that that's a Filipino movie. I was like, wow. So I didn't really know I was watching also a Filipino movie. So I mean that's just one of the reasons why I didn't really know about the Philippines, if I should say. More of
Oh,
like
okay.
curiosity. Yeah. So.
Okay, nice one. So, I want to ask you, when you were coming to the Philippines,
Yeah.
um, what was the feeling about?
Feeling. Uh,
Like, you got your visa. I know definitely you are so happy. How
well,
was the feeling from there?
nah. To be honest, I wasn't even coming to the Philippines. I wasn't that so excited though. I mean, because I checked online. It was very. I mean, like you came on visa on like. For me, coming to the Philippines was quite easy. You understand me? Like my visa was just took. I mean, it was just only about 5 days, and my visa arrived. Admission it didn't really take that long. So I actually felt that it was that easy because my friend told me that it was very easy for you to come to the Philippines. So, but aside from that, I would say I was excited somehow, but not like, oh, 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 because I felt an easy country, and yeah, that's it. So it wasn't like I was like expecting anything special. The truth is about this is the truth about my traveling was this. I never had any expectation coming to the Philippines. You understand me? Only when I arrived at the Philippines, that was when my perception, kind of changed. So yeah.
That's good. Your perception changed.
Mm.
Okay, so tell us what kind of perception are you talking about? How did it change? You got into the Philippines.
Yeah.
What has changed so far as your perception that you are having?
And for me, it was actually from the airport. So when I
Okay.
came to the airport, because back in Nigeria, like if you meet some of the airport officials in Nigeria, you can see that they're actually very matured. They look much more older. When you see them, oh, good morning, Paul, good morning, sir, and stuff like that. But when I came to the Philippines, from the airport, I actually met a lady, and I thought the lady was doing her OJT. Then when I met her, I told her, you're actually very young. I mean, are you doing your OJT or like your internship or stuff like that? And she said no, that she's working here. And I was like, you're very young. I said, oh, really? And she was like, no, I'm not young. I'm already 36 and stuff like that. I was like, no, you actually look very young. Actually, that was the first impression of me, coming to the Philippines. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's it. And also, when I also arrived here, the moment I arrived, I got home. The next day, it felt like the climate here is just very different. That was exactly because in Nigeria it's hot, or in Africa it's hot, but compared to the climate of the Philippines, Philippines is much more hotter than my own country. So I would say those are actually one of the two, more of like, I don't know, I'm gonna like two perception, about the Philippines when I arrived.
Or you're going to say your culture shocks, right?
Yeah, more of like culture shock. Let me say,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
First culture shock. That's from
The airport.
the airport down to my sleeping, and the next day that's just it. So yeah.
Nice one, nice one.
Mhm.
So now you are in the Philippines.
Yeah.
You go home, like I mean, you've gone to the place, your apartment that you rented or you got,
Yeah, yeah,
and you slept for the next day.
yeah.
The next day, what was the next move?
For me, next move. Like I actually stayed at home for like probably 2 weeks because when I arrived, the schools were already in section, so they weren't admitting people. So I had to spend some days in the hostel where I was staying, and also during that time was actually the celebration, more of like the Christmas holiday. So I came almost like December 17th. So majority of the schools were actually closing for the Christmas celebration. So yeah, that's it.
Nice one, nice one. So you stayed home like 3 months before starting school.
I said probably around maybe 1 month. I think I said like January. So
Oh, okay, okay. So January you started the schooling.
yeah.
How was it? First day in class or first day in school? How was it?
For me, the teacher looks. I mean, it was nice, but the teachers look very very young. Like like they were actually like majority of the teachers were even my age. They were actually my age mates. You get me? Most of them they actually graduate very. They graduate very very early.
You mean
I mean,
you mean the professors?
yeah, the professors include like yeah professors, and also even some of like the junior teachers or instructors. They look much more younger. And for me, I like the fact that it was very easy for you to to interact with the teachers. Like you don't have to be scared. Like in Africa, if you have an instructor, you have a lecturer or a teacher, sometimes you find it very difficult for you to communicate because you're scared. That's just the mindset of a typical African college or university. But the Philippines, what I actually love about the educational system is like the instructors are very approachable. You can actually go to their office, ask them questions and stuff like that. Like it's just very easy. They're not very intimidating compared to where I'm actually coming from. Yeah, so I mean basically yeah, that's it. And also the environment was very conducive. You get me? Like it was really very conducive. Everybody were quite welcoming because I wasn't just it wasn't only just Nigeria there. We had also other nationality like from Egypt, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Afghan, I mean from probably majority of the different countries. Yeah, if I should say yeah.
Nice one, nice one.
Mm.
So I'm going to ask, you mixing up with different countries,
Yeah.
how was the feeling?
For for me, maybe to some other people, it's very easy for me to communicate with people. You understand? I don't really, it's not. I don't find it difficult to interact with people. You understand? So for me, I find it very. I'm actually introverted. You understand me? But when I really want to make friends, I could actually talk and we're actually gonna have a very nice time. But I'm actually introverted. I didn't really find it difficult making friends. Like it was very easy for me to like talk to people, Filipinos, all nationalities and stuff like that. So for me, it was very easy because I mean, though it might not be for everybody, you understand. Like for him now, he might not be very very interactive with other nationality, but for me, I didn't really find it very difficult when it comes to approaching or making friends with people from other nationality or race. Yeah. So.
Nice one, nice one. So, how about academic performance? I mean, what did you offer in school?
Yeah, I actually took up dentistry. I took up dentistry.
So,
Initially, I was taking up BS biology. And from BS biology, my parents couldn't, afford the tuition fees.
okay,
It was quite very expensive, so I had to like transfer to dentistry. Yeah, so that's just exactly where I now decided to, finish my study with. So
oh, okay. So you check people's teeth.
I mean, I'm,
No, it's just my.
I don't even check my teeth, but I'm going to study. So
That's
I
right,
mean,
that's
like,
right.
yeah, I mean, look at my teeth. I'm teeth very brown. So I mean, yeah, but I actually studied it. You don't have a choice. You get me? Like, as far as you're answering to the doctor, you get me? But aside from that, I mean, not like there's anything
Nice one,
serious,
nice one,
like
nice
that.
one.
Yeah. But I mean,
So,
dentistry was quite very nice.
so
Cause that.
okay, nice one.
Yeah.
So, what is the challenges studying dentistry?
I mean, for Philippines, as a foreigner, if you don't have money, bro, don't come to this country. If you come to study, sometimes people always tell you that when you come to Philippines or maybe you come to a country, like let me just use Philippines as an example. You're gonna work, you're gonna have job and stuff like that. But the truth is, like Philippines is not a place for working. You get me? You can come here to school. That's if you have somebody sponsoring you. If you come here to, you probably you have a girlfriend or you came here to marry, but like you're coming to actually say you're coming to the Philippines to work, it's just very difficult for you to find a job here, and that's just a reality. You understand me? That's why sometimes I ask myself like, why are so many young guys coming to the Philippines? You get me? Aside from if you're not coming to school, you're just coming to just stay here. You just I don't know probably what what business you have to do in the Philippines where okay you're not actually coming here to school. The truth is like Philippines is just a nice place for vacation. If you want to have a very nice time, you want to like take a very nice picture at the beach and stuff like that. And also schooling also because Philippines standard of education is actually is the educational system is very good. Like if after you graduate in Philippines, if you want to look for job overseas, their certificate has a very high grade, compared to some other countries. You get me? So the educational system is quite very nice, and also schooling in the Philippines, you need to have finance as a foreigner. If you don't have money, bro, you are on your own. Yeah. So that.
That's why you're on your own.
Mm.
So, you telling us that if you don't have money, you're on your own, does it mean you were fully prepared? Like, you were financially stable?
Ah. Huh? I've suffered in the Philippines. Like, no, coming to the Philippines.
We will come there.
Yeah. Coming to the.
We will come there, but
Yeah, I was feeling like sometimes when you plan for something, when you plan like everything is gonna be okay, and when you come, so it's just like this. I actually had plans for it, you get me, but something just came up. So I don't know if it's something I could actually discuss, but let's see. Yeah, so I was actually prepared, coming here initially. So
okay,
yeah, that's it.
okay, great.
Hmm.
So, you telling us that you suffered,
Yeah.
can you enlighten us? Because a lot of people would like to learn something from what you've gone through. You understand? So, yeah, just feel free and tell us. A lot of people wants to learn. Yeah. So we are
Wow.
listening.
The truth is like I don't know whether it's something I can actually say like on camera.
Oh, it's
Uh,
okay.
you know, like you know, before like when I came to the Philippines, everything was very much okay. But when our presidents like they changed a new regime, so things changed. Things were actually a bit very very difficult for my parents. You get me? And I kind of understand how the whole situation is. So I just decided to just manage what they were sending for me, get me, and also I now decided to start hustling, on my own. So during that time, when I came to school, it was really very difficult to pay my tuition fees. It was really very very hard. Secondly, it's not like the money wasn't there. You know, you couldn't send money from Nigeria to the Philippines, so it was really very difficult for me to receive money from Nigeria to the Philippines. And also in terms of the suffering, my suffering is called tush suffering. You get me? Like if I'm suffering, you wouldn't know I'm suffering because when you wear nice clothes, wear nice shoe, but you haven't eaten for like how many for like 6 or 7 hours. You just wear nice shoe. So the truth is like I suffered. It says like I ate pancit canton. Like it's not like the money was not like I knew that if my parents send this a certain amount of money for me, you understand me? I knew that if I use it to like take care of myself and also take care of my school, I knew the money wasn't going to be enough.
Okay.
So what I was does did I like I focused on my school and I was just surviving on myself. I hold house rent for 6 months
Wow.
in the Philippines, and almost everybody in that subdivision or barangay knew that I was owing the landlord money. So the next thing that the landlord came to my school and also reported me and told me that there's a foreigner here. His name is Priest. He hasn't paid his house rent and why blah 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 stuff like that. Like my name was really like around Sankara because I schooled in then I was schooling in Pangasinan University, Virgin Milagrosa University, San Carlos.
Oh,
So
that's
everybody there were my name was just everywhere. You get me? Like it was really very sometimes to even go out I felt very shy. And also the way I was also eating, I eat pandesa for 1 month, like
wow.
no bread. I mean just only pandesa. So I just go out buy like 100 pieces pandesa. I eat it for 2 days, drink water or Milo, and that's exactly how I'm saying because I needed to pay my tuition fee and I didn't really tell anybody, but I'm just so grateful that after everything like at least things actually got better at some
Nice one.
point.
Nice one. Thank God.
Yeah. So I
That's
mean
great.
when you go to a foreign country, like there's always the good and the bad, isn't it?
So, yeah, there is.
So
Yeah, but I want to ask you, how were you surviving financially?
but this aspect, this question.
No, it's fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, okay.
Some of us wants to learn. Some
Yeah.
of us are new in the Philippines. You understand, and we would like to learn the experience here, so that probably we can learn from it and use it for ourselves also. You understand?
For me, I just feel like it's called destiny. You get me?
Oh, okay.
Because for me, I don't believe like it's just like that this place is a dangerous place. Everybody are telling you, oh bro, there's no job in this place, but you still carry your bag and still want to come to the Philippines. You understand me?
Okay.
Again, for me, it wasn't like I say I'm coming. I came here specifically to school. You get me?
Okay.
It wasn't like I came here for any other purpose. You get understand? I didn't come here to. I came here specifically to school. So during that time, things actually became a bit difficult. You get me? So that was the reason why I had to like look for other alternative. You get me? But for me, in terms of like difficult, I would feel like I see it's destiny. You get me? Because even if I say okay, I give you like okay, this is what you need to do when you come to the Philippines. There are situations. It's what works for me might not be able to work for this guy. You get me? So that is why I say I just feel like I'm just blessed, or maybe I'll say I'm very lucky. You understand me? To like to have be able to being able to like scale through all the difficulties and stuff like that in the Philippines. But in the Philippines, the way I survived. Okay, I will just give an instance.
Okay.
I was into this, they call it front row. You get me? So I had like 15,000 pesos then. So um, I was looking for a job, you know what, to work in a call center. So during that time when I was working in the call center, I was looking for a job. I met a Filipino guy and he introduced me to the front row stuff. So I didn't know about this front row because I just said, oh, front row, front row. So he told me that I have to pay around like 8,000 so that I can be able to avail, the promo.
Okay.
So when I bought it, bought the soap, bought everything. So when I came back home, I met a friend of mine. So I just gave it to him as a gift because of course front row is not for my own skin because it's not really very good. So I gave it, and when he used it, he had a very the review, like he said, the soap ring was really working very well. So he now asked me where did I got it, and from there he told me that he needed like 5 soap. And all of a sudden he now started like like recommending the soap from like different people, and from there in a month I can buy probably soap of like 60,000, 70. I can buy soap of
Wow.
around 20k, 30,000, and I will now distribute it to. That's exactly how I was surviving. That was from 2018, no 2019, down to almost 2020 January. You understand? That was during that time. So yeah, that was exactly how I actually survived. But I don't think that if you're a Nigerian or a foreigner and you try that, it's not going to work for you. You understand? I just feel like I was just very lucky. You understand? Yeah. So that's it.
Wow.
But I wouldn't advise anyone to come to the Philippines for a job. You get me? Except your parents are rich.
Okay. So that means you were into business.
Yeah, sort of like that. Like yeah, business stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
I was just lucky. That.
So what if someone is also coming
Okay.
thinking the same way that, oh, this guy has achieved something through the business that he did.
Yeah.
So I would also like to venture into it. What would you advise the person to do?
When it comes to business in the Philippines, if you have finances and capital, you can make it very well. You get me?
Okay.
But if you don't have finance and you're like you want to start a small business, not like yeah, if you really want to like start very very tiny, it's very difficult. You understand me? In the Philippines, it's money that rules you as a foreigner. You get me?
Okay.
So if you don't have money, even if you want to start up a business and you don't have the finance, nobody's going to look at you. You get me? So that's just how it is. I mean, as you can also see, I used money to even start up this small stuff I was starting. So it wasn't like I had to like beg and stuff like that. You understand me? So in the Philippines, it's just all about the finance. You get me? Like that. So yeah, that's it. And also, if you're very lucky to meet a very good a partner or wife, you get me, or a partner, a man or a woman who is actually very nice, the person can, actually, help you, to look for a job, or probably you have a connection. But like, saying like as on your own as a foreigner to work in the Philippines, the chances are there for you to work. But if I will actually put 1 to 100, the chances of you getting a job in the Philippines is just like 5 to 10%.
It's very slim.
Very very slim, is low, yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice one. Nice one. Okay. Since you've talked about wife, partner, and stuff, are you married?
Sorry, excuse me. I need to drink water. Okay.
Oh no, come on.
No, no, don't worry, don't worry.
Okay. Okay. Nice
Yeah.
one. Nice one. Okay. So I was asking whether you are married.
Yeah, I'm married. Yeah, I'm married. I'm married to a very pretty, beautiful Filipina, sexy wife. Very, very good, pretty. Let me use the word pretty, sexy Filipina lady, hardworking Filipina lady. Like, if you ask about all the qualities, physically endowments, spiritual endowments, personality, character, everything is actually there. So that's how I will act it.
Wow, that's great.
Mhm.
That's great. So why did you get married? You came here to study, so why did you get yourself into a relationship?
I stayed in the Philippines for 9 years.
Wow.
I never had. I never. I have been in relationships. You
Okay.
get me? But it's not like those ladies were not nice. But I did not like see them as my own wife. I don't know. You get me? Like there are people that you can date, but you don't really see them as your own wife. I don't know. You get me?
Yeah.
But it's not like they're bad. They're good people, but based on what you actually feel about them, you don't see them as someone who you can actually, take it to the next level. You get me? So I've been in so many relationships, but when I met my wife, did not think twice.
Wow.
I just saw her, and I just knew that this lady is the right person. You understand me?
Wow.
Yeah. So that is how I actually met my wife. You know, I've been married for. I got married in 20. No, I got married. It's almost going to 4 years or 5 years now. We've been
Wow.
together. Yeah. So.
Anyway, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you very much, friend. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask, um, what is like, how is marriage life?
Marriage for me, like I'm enjoying my marriage life very well. You get me? Like I'm really enjoying my marriage life. You get me? You know, for me, I used to be very scared of marriage. You get me? Like very very scared. You know, sometimes I'm asking like, so are you gonna get married?
Okay.
But when I got married, you know, the fact is like if you marry the right person, you get me? You don't have, you won't actually feel the stress of saying, oh, why did I marry this woman? You
Yeah.
get me?
Yeah.
You know, people say, oh, they're always fighting in relationship. I know sometimes you fight, but not in the situation where like you have to like fight and fight and fight and fight. Of course, you don't have some like little misunderstanding, you know, argument, you know, agreement, stuff like that. That is normal. You get me? But like aside from that, I just feel like a sense of peace when I got married to her. You know, like the stress isn't there. You know, we just have arguments. You know, we settle. You know, and stuff like that. But that's the only thing that will just make a Filipino lady when you're getting married to her, that will make her not to scream or nag. Don't be babaero, you get me? Don't be doing babaero, babaero. You get me? So that's the only thing that will actually make your house on fire.
Wait a moment. Is this an advice?
It's an advice for
Oh,
one thing.
okay.
Now, it's an advice, you know.
Go ahead.
Here in the Philippines, you want to date or you want to marry or you want to have a girlfriend, anything. The moment you start having entertaining extra concubines as Solomon in the Bible, you're in for it. Like you're gonna see them in a different like. Some of them can even patai you. You get me? Like not like I'm not saying they're like that, but there are instances it happens. You get me? So if you really want to live peaceful with a Filipina lady, don't cheat or don't be babaero. You get me? You will actually have a very smooth relationship or marriage with them. Yeah.
Nice one. Nice one.
Mm-mm.
So do you guys have kids?
I don't have a kid. Yeah, I don't have a kid, but hopefully very very soon. A child is coming very soon, but not now. Yeah. So.
Wow, you are making you are making baby.
Yeah, the time is coming. Don't worry, very very soon you're gonna actually see that.
Nice
Very
one.
very soon. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Actually, we are bringing this to an end. But so far, before we bring it to an end,
Yeah.
what would you have to tell people out there, those who are planning to come to the Philippines to study, those who are also thinking to come here and work? What kind of advice are you going to give them?
If if you're coming to school in the Philippines, make sure you're coming to school. One. And secondly, make sure your parents have the finances to sponsor your education. That's it. If you're coming for vacation in the Philippines, or you're coming to like have a nice time, make sure you're coming to have a nice time in the Philippines, and you know finish what you actually came to do, and leave the Philippines. If you came here for work, if you're lucky to get a job, that's if you're lucky. Make sure you come to the Philippines, work and do everything diligently. If you're coming here to marry, make sure specifically you're coming here to marry. You're not actually coming to like do something different. You get me? That's just exactly what I'm going to say. I would have loved to like go further, but you know I don't want to actually say some things that might make me go overboard.
Nice one. Nice
Yeah,
one.
so that's it.
So, your final words.
Final word is this. For me, I would say like patience is a virtue. You get me?
Nice one.
It's a virtue because you know I don't really want to go into like details of exactly what I've been to in the Philippines.
Don't
You
worry.
get me?
We will come back for a part two.
Yeah.
definitely.
Hopefully, like in
Definitely,
future
yeah.
we're gonna actually have that.
We'll
But
come
like
back.
I've really like had some enduring situation in the Philippines. You get me?
Nice
But
one.
I really just don't want to actually talk about that. You get me? But
But definitely we'll talk about it in the
Yeah.
near
Future.
Yeah.
the patient is actually a virtue. You get me? You know they call it virtue. You understand me?
Good.
And also try your best. I know it's very very difficult to do good. You
Okay.
understand me? Like for me, I came here, I did not go into anything bad or anything illegal stuff like that. Get me? So I feel like if your mind is very clean, you understand me, God will actually like direct you to meet the right person. You understand me, like, or to direct you in a way that that thing in which you know your heart is desiring, it will just come freely. You get me?
Nice one.
That's just how. So they call it patience. You understand me? Patience is actually very very important because if you're not patient, you're not actually you won't really succeed or survive. You understand me? Life is not easy, and if you actually want to go through the wrong way because you want to get it easy or you want to get it fast, you're going to crash.
Nice
You
one.
understand me? So patience is actually very, very important. So that's just all I have to say.
Nice one. Nice one. Anyway, thanks for coming. And I'm going to ask if you have any shout out to give to anybody out there.
For me, now my wife, like my wife is actually the main stuff. You get me? Like my wife is like I would say my wife is my inspiration. You get
Nice
me?
one.
Like very, very, like I'm not saying there are not so many people, but my wife is my greatest inspiration. You get me? Like she's the inspiration, and also my friend Prince here. Like among everybody in the Philippines, like I have only 3 friends. My wife is first. That's my best friend, and we have Prince, and we have Henry, and also we have someone they call Essien. Those are like these guys. Like we're very like not like we see all the time, but we actually when we actually call, we actually have a very good communication. We have a very nice bonding.
Nice one.
Yeah. So that's it.
Nice one. Nice
Mhm.
one. I learned you had a YouTube channel, so why don't you give it out so that
Okay.
people can go there and subscribe?
Okay. I have a YouTube channel, but it's been a very long time. I uploaded because I'm very very like I've been very busy.
Nice
So my
one.
YouTube channel is official Praise the Traveler. Yeah, that's my name on YouTube. Yeah. So if you guys have time, you can just go and check it and probably like, subscribe, and you know. So yeah, that's it.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to go and check it out. Anyway,
It's actually very nice, you coming to my
great. Great.
house, like yeah, it's actually the first time he's visited me
Yeah.
here, so
I visited.
I'm actually very very grateful that he came to see me at least, is it for one last time or no, maybe one last time or maybe I don't know, Sha, but
Definitely we'll meet somewhere.
yeah,
Don't worry.
definitely, yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's it. I'm actually very grateful, and it's nice actually getting to meet you, and I'm very very happy and excited,
Nice
So
one.
yeah, that's it.
And guys, like as I said, don't you forget. We'll definitely bring you guys part 2. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't forget about it. And also, yeah, I would like to end this conversation here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give some likes, subscribe,
Mm.
and give some comments so that we will know what we are doing. Anyway,